I urged him to do so now. George, we're going to make you well. And soon. I will nurse you and only return to Belvoir at night.
Oh, Sally.
Even then, I want you to feel I'm here with you. When you look across Dogue Run and see the candle in my window, you'll know I'm thinking of you. And perhaps you won't feel so alone.
You shouldn't have to.
I want to, very much. I'm determined to see you become your old self again. I must go. But when I return, I'll bring my cures. And we'll see how they measure up to your heart's hard wine. Remember to look for the candle?
Afternoon, sir. Take your horse away. Move there. Do that.
So at least you're not dead. That was the rumor circulating in Williamsburg, probably started by the governor. Well, Mercer will be glad to hear you are still with us. The temporary command is about to ruin his health and his good sense. The men are very bare of winter clothes. The snow is up to our eyeballs.
Yes, I've written to Williamsburg on that.
I assure you, sir, the resupply will show up on the hottest day in July. I'd best be off. We all feel terrible, sir, about your having had to be cooped up here in the lonely winter gloom with nothing to do except write letters telling us what to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Breachy didn't tell me someone was here.
Mrs. Fairfax, you remember Captain Stewart, my adjutant?
Captain?
Enchanted, madam. You're to be commended, Colonel. You have discovered the perfect antidote to lonely winter gloom. Mrs. Fairfax.
But if he means these dried flowers, then...
He means you, Sally. You're a beautiful woman.
Why, sir, a compliment.
Yes, I'm sorry.
But I love compliments, George. Now, let me see. Where should we put these? Here? Or here? Where can you see them the best? Do you really like them? George, what are you doing?
I'm feeling better. I must get up.
But you can hardly stand.
No, I'm better. I'm much stronger. Sally, I'm grateful for your visits, but now you needn't come anymore.
You don't mean that.
I do. I do.
George, it's all right that I care for you when you're sick. Will would want that. And he'd tell you so if he weren't on the high seas now, sailing for home.
But it's not right. Your winter has gone to a sick man.
You just said you were getting your strength back.
I am. See?
George.
I'm afraid I can. But you call Breachy, he can help me.
Let me help you. Put your arm around my shoulder. George.
Please call Breachy. Breachy!
I'm sorry. George. Please take good care of him.
Sir, what are you doing?
I must exercise my legs. Fill my lungs with the out of doors.
Sir.
I've been a sick man long enough, Breachy. I have a life to get on with.
must stay the night as our honored guest.
This time, I won't say no.
The children are ready, ma'am.
Where, oh, where can my poor children be? Ah, there they are. Jackie, this is Colonel Washington. And this is our little Martha. But we call her Patsy, don't we? Pay respects.
What a pleasure it is to be in the company of such a charming young lady. And gentleman.
Eagles away till morn and to sleep. There you go. Good night, dear children. God keep you.
Family has always meant a great deal to me. And I'm a dutiful and attentive son. Though I must confess there are times when my mother inspires more than a portion of exasperation. Seeing the pleasure that you take in Jackie and Patsy reminds me also how much I anticipate children of my own.
They are indeed, sir, a blessing from God. Though sometimes, and I borrow your word, an exasperation.
You may wonder, madam, you may indeed wonder why I feel called upon to recite to you this roll call of my obligations. Though I have carefully omitted mention of my lesser qualities, such as a temper, when sufficiently provoked. No, sometimes insufficiently. The reason is that I feel warm and at peace here in your dear presence. Forgive me, I don't know why I've been talking so much upon such early acquaintance. I'm usually more reserved with ladies. It's just that I'm not sure what I intended to say.
I, too, feel safe and at peace in your company, sir. And that is all I need to know at this moment.
Oh, George, we grow so weary of your leaving us. Goodbye can become a very unpleasant word.
He's only doing what duty tells him must be done.
General Forbes assures me that he is going to enlarge our Virginia regiment to 1,200 men. Joined with Forbes's regulars, we should present an army 3 times Braddock's, huh?
How long will you be gone?
Well, the Braddock campaign convinced me of the folly of seeing into the future. Will, I have a great personal favor to ask of you.
Ask away.
Before I knew I was going to be joining Forbes's army, I had made plans to enlarge Mount Vernon. I would be deeply grateful if you would supervise the construction in my absence.
Of course I will.
It's important that it be completed before I return.
Why the haste?
I may be bringing home a bride.
That's wonderful. Anyone we know?
Well, it would be ungentlemanly of me to mention her name before I have won her hand. But I feel that you'll find her as charming as I do.
In that case, I wish you victory.
My apologies, madam, for the impulsiveness of this visit, but the advance on Fort Duquesne could take me away for months, and I had to talk to you first. I couldn't speak in front of your guests.
Please, don't apologize, Colonel. I would have been heartsick if you'd failed to say goodbye.
But this is not goodbye, dear madam.
Dear madam, I am very sorry. 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 I am very sorry
I know it's unfair of me to ask this of you now, when I know that I'll be facing battle. But when I return, I'm determined to make you my wife. If that would be agreeable.
You take my breath away, Colonel.
I don't mean to be so abrupt, and you need not answer now. I only had to at least make my declaration before I left.
I'm so glad you did. Will you believe me when I tell you that I have never felt this way before in my life? And you need not wait for my answer. Yes. Oh, yes, I will marry you, my dear Colonel Washington.
I know how difficult and discouraging a military campaign must be. In the meantime, George, you must take care of yourself and come safely home to us. Sally has also written you a message, which I enclose herewith.
Congratulations, Colonel. Not only have you been elected to the Burgess of Winchester, but now you enjoy the prospect of possessing Mrs. Custis. I hope you know how happy I am for you, my dear friend.
You look weary to the bone, sir.
I already have one, Mother Grici. I emphatically do not need another.
Forgive me, sir. No, forgive me. I'm not in the best of moods. These damnable delays. We must attack Fort Duquesne before the French are reinforced, or we'll lose the chance once and for all to drive them out. I shall be fine now. Good night, Brigitte.
Good night, sir.
Dear Madam, tonight I was honored with your short but very agreeable favor. I feel the force of your beauties as I remember 1,000 tender moments. But experience, alas, sadly reminds me how impossible this is. For there is a destiny that controls our actions not to be resisted. And so, here comes a time to say farewell.
last fort before the northern border, and they've abandoned it. I can't. Secure the fort. Prepare an encampment.
Yes, sir.
Battalion! 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 By the left wheel!
My career in the military is over. Finished. Sir, for years I have dreamed of getting revenge on the French by taking that fort. And now it's fallen without a shot. It seems that every enterprise in my life ends in some sort of disappointment.
Sir, you can't leave the army.
I've had enough of the arrogance of British regulars to last a lifetime. The French know they're defeated here in North America, and now Virginia is safe. No, it's over. It's done. And now finally I can live the life I want.
Here they come!
Congratulations, Patch. Thank you. Mama?
George?
Thank you. Thank you.
We shall miss you, sir, but I can see now why you will not miss the army.
My friend.
Is he right, George? You will not miss your command?
Well, my future is to be a farmer and a husband. There'll be no British general telling me how to plow my field or love my wife.
Mr. and Mrs. Washington.
Will.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You'll be very happy.
Yes, we shall. I know it. My dear.
Godspeed.
Thank you both for everything. Welcome home, Colonel Washington. Breachy. This is Mrs. Washington.
Ma'am?
How do you do, Breachy?
Gather yourselves together here. This is Jackie. Say hello.
Young man.
And this is our little Patsy.
Hello, Patsy.
Oh, George, it is beautiful.
John, welcome home, sir. Mrs. Washington, this is my estate manager, John Alton.
Mr. Alton, my husband has spoken so highly of you.
Mrs. Washington, welcome to Mount Vernon. We've enjoyed preparing for your arrival.
Thank you. And thank all of you for everything.
My dear, I can't wait to see if Mount Vernon meets with your approval.
It is beyond my expectations.
Well said, since it could mean anything. This way.
I meant it as a compliment.
Jackie!
Child. Child, you must watch where you run. Now, I want you to stay with Jane and be sure you keep little sister out of mischief.
Forgive my sharp tone. I must remember to defer to you in the disciplining of your children.
Our children. And I meant it when I said that you are to treat them as your own when they require correction.
My old comrades in arms would be amused to see how I handle discipline in my own home. Come. You must see the bedroom.
Just what I would have wanted. Soft, warm colors. And dimity curtains.
Light enough to wake us at dawn.
And a cradle. I will do my best to fill it very soon, my dearest husband.
And I will do my best, dearest wife.
Indeed you will. If our honeymoon is any measure.
I would put the latch on the door now, were it not for the children.
There. A promise. Oh, George, I will love Mount Vernon. I do so want to make you happy.
You already have. Mrs. Washington, very happy.
Thomas, feed and water them. They've given us a grand run today. Gentlemen, feed and water yourselves in the parlor, eh?
It's hard to believe those dogs are descendants of that daredevil pack we bred for Lord Fairfax so many years ago.
You know, every time I ride these hills, I think of Lawrence. I still feel his loss so deeply.
Now dear Anne has followed him.
Still, I think they'd both be happy to know that Mount Vernon is yours now. Still part of the Washington family. I do believe we've lost George Mason.
Tell the ladies we'll be along.
Mason, are you all right?
I'm next door to death, George, thanks to that wicked chase you've just led me.
I thought you kept up rather well.
My horse kept up. I was left miles behind. Comes as no surprise to me that I still find the chase as disagreeable as ever. Here, take it. Now, since as a good neighbor I've subjected my posterior to this nonsense, you owe me a favor.
Anything, my friend.
Well, don't speak too quickly. Since you were elected to the House of Burgesses, you haven't attended that many meetings. I ask you to attend the next one with me.
Your influence will be felt without me.
I've heard from Benjamin Franklin, Pennsylvania's agent at London, that Lord Grenville intends to proceed with his stamp tax. Can you imagine they'd lay such an economic burden on us without even asking our opinion? Well, if he attempts it at the next Parliament, the fat will be in the fire to a fare-thee well.
Why do you always expect the worst?
How can you defend a mother country that would attack her colonies without a voice in their parliament?
We are also Englishmen. A few short years ago, we fought together against the French. We were brothers.
Brothers, yes, when they need us. But now I'm afraid they prefer we be their obedient children instead. There's the rub.
We'll continue this conversation later. There's refreshments in the parlor.
Very well, George.
Jackie! Jackie! Come down. Be quick about it.
But you went hunting, sir. Why can't I? Is there anything wrong in liking guns and horses and dogs? Mother says I'm much like you in that respect.
Yes, well, I too would have rather been in the woods at your age. But books permit you to plunder the wisdom of the ages. Mathematics will help you to survey the vast lands that you'll one day own.
Can't I pay someone to do it?
Down. Quick. Give me the gun. Stop it. But learn to depend upon your own skills, Jackie, or you become as helpless as so many sons of the gentry. Now, come.
Jackie? Jackie!
Why'd you run off this way?
Mama, my head aches. I can't read anymore today. May I rest in my room till I feel better?
Dear.
Let's just send him back to his books and no more about it.
I really feel quite awful, Mama.
Now run along, then.
Thank you, dear Mama.
Let's see. He spent the forenoon resting in a tree, the afternoon in his room. Pray, madam, how will he spend the night?
You think I spoiled him?
Think! But I promise not to say any more on that subject, and I must hold to my word.
George. Colonel Washington, wait for me. Don't walk so fast. George, each time I try to be strong with him, and each time I fail, I am sorry. Please, don't walk so fast.
Gentlemen, order. Order, gentlemen, order. We have strayed too far from our purpose, gentlemen, which is the introduction of new legislation. Now, does anybody else wish to... The chair recognizes the gentleman from Fairfax County, Mr. Washington.
Honorable members, I beg your indulgence to introduce a bill of some consequence to our community's well-being. I propose to prohibit, on pain of a fine of 15 shillings, all pigs from wandering free so that they drink and even bathe in our springs and horse troughs.
Pigs, George. Pigs! When you should be concerned with British blindness and arrogance.
No, I felt it was important.
I warned you our Prime Minister would force passage of this diabolical Stamp Act. All fire agents to be tried in courts of the Admiralty, without juries.
But I understand that the proceeds are to be used for the protection of the colonies.
Damn it all, George, we can protect ourselves. And tax ourselves. Besides, it's the principle of the thing, George. They wouldn't allow us a seat in their parliament, so they have no right to tax us. However, they disguise it as a bloody stamp.
Well, what can we do?
George, we must learn to defend ourselves. It's your duty to help ignite resistance to this tax.
Mason, I have fought for my country and my king, and I do not need you to remind me of my duty.
George, it strikes even at the freedom of the press. All of our newspapers, all of our legal documents, even our playing cards must be on stamped paper. How can you ignore what's happening to us?
If I choose to not add fuel to the
fire, that's my right.
But men like you must stand forth.
I have done my service, sir. I leave this fight to others.
Any attempt to vest such power in any other parliament destroys British as well as American freedom.
Order! Let Patrick Henry continue!
If I have offended the Speaker or my fellow burgesses, I ask your pardon as a junior member. I would show my loyalty to His Majesty to the last drop of my blood. But this assembly has the sole right to lay taxes upon the inhabitants of this colony. Julius Caesar had his Brutus. Charles I, his Cromwell. May George III... May George III profit by their example. If this be treason, make the most of it!